I'm not really digging this dining room chandelier anymore. I mean, the styling is like over 16 years old. It's time to replace it. I'm so happy I finally received my chandelier. This is the Depuley Rustic woven chandelier light. It comes shipped inside this box. Straight out of the box, you have the instructions manual. Don't worry, I'm gonna walk you guys through the installation process. You get 3 wire caps and 2 long screws. And here is the mounting, a standard mounting bracket along with the base with a long chain. I believe the chain measures 39.37 inches and it is adjustable, okay? I think you adjust this by simply looping over it so you shorten or lengthen it accordingly. And these caps, okay? Your standard light kit. And oh my goodness, will you look at this? I am loving that design. So what you're looking at is, actually I had it upside down. Okay, so this is a 3 light pendant lamp with wrought iron frame that you see right there, interwoven with natural hemp rope in the shape of a diamond. Again, it requires E12 bulbs, which isn't provided. Let's go ahead and get to the installation. It should be very simple and basic because you only have a white and a black wire. So before I begin, I want to make note of the original height. We just call that 24 inches. And notice how they loop the rope. We're going to follow that similar process to achieve that height. Whenever dealing with electricity, it's important to either turn off the main breaker or where the light is located. This is my first time removing this type of chandelier, but I have experience with one similar. It looks like you turn this to loosen it to disassemble this part, and then we'll disassemble that part. So there are 2 steps to it. So I stand corrected. You can just simply remove it from twisting from the top, but be careful. Because it is heavy. See, eventually you will remove this from this long screw right here. You rotate it clockwise to loosen it. Actually, if you have 2 people, one holding the light, you could simply remove the whole installation in one process by removing these 2 screws, which is attached to this original bracket. Okay, I have the whole chandelier removed. It wasn't fun because it was heavy. So as you can see, I have a simple white, black, and ground wire. I have the mounting bracket installed. I had to reuse the old screws because the new ones are too long. Alright, this next step is important. So before I can wire it, I need to wire my white and black wires through the chain. That way it looks nicely. Otherwise, you would just have it off on the side. You know, wire it up there. So if you want, now is when you would decide. If you want to shorten it, here is how you would shorten these chains. You know, there's like a breaking point right here. How you would break it apart is to use a plier on one end and then another plier and then twist it to open it up. Okay, to break it apart, and then you can take it out. Or you can simply loop it around there. So, you know, like this. Then loop it around to make it shorter. Like this. So you have less rope hanging from the top. And another thing to keep in mind, it looks like the wiring in itself is just as long as the rope. Okay, so once you determine the length, simply insert the chain here, close it out, and then this is where we would nicely rope the wiring through here so it looks nice. Alright, so I decided to go with this length of chain. I think it's 23 inches, right under 23 inches, something like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is loop the wiring through here. And then thread the wires through the canopy. And don't forget to tighten it. Here's the tricky part they didn't explain with the additional length of wire. You want to hide it in the canopy, encircling it. I'm going to probably use some ties to tie it so it doesn't become loose. Then we can connect the wiring. Now I have it the proper length that I wanted. That was a little bit time consuming. Now I can finally connect the wires. And don't forget to put the ground to the green screw. Sometimes you have to improvise, so in order to not hold onto the lamp while I'm connecting wires, I use my tripod. See my wires connected, now I'm going to put in the wire caps. I added electrical tape for extra security. And for the ground wire, it can be left exposed because of the way how it's connected. Because it has a loop to screw on put on the screw. So just leave it like that. And the bulbs I'm using will be the Hisashi Candelabra bulb series. It's replaces 40 watts. It's LED filament bulbs. So it looks like it only uses 4 watts, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna need 3 of these. So here's what it looks like fully installed with the bulbs. Wow, can't wait to turn it on. So make note that it's not fully flush. It's because of my house light bracket. The housing, it's not big enough to, when I installed that light bracket, it was hitting against that. That's why it's leaving a slight gap. The moment of truth. Please like, please like. Oh my goodness, look at the pattern it's creating on the ceiling. It's amazing. Wow, it would truly make an awesome dining experience right on top of the dining room too. And I got my aquarium right here. Wow. And let's not forget, because I'm making a switch to the LED bulbs, I no longer have to pay a heavy price for these 5 awkward type of bulbs, since I'm only using 3 4-watt bulbs, which only uses 12 watts. I love that design. It kind of gives off like a rustic, natural nature vibe to me. And together with the type of bulbs, it's a more warm, natural light. I don't want something super bright, especially in a dining room area. Wow. So installation was a little bit tricky because you have to reduce the length of the chain and also wrap around the wiring, which is super long. But once you get the hang of it, and I think my video would definitely help you guys out, it should be pretty straightforward from there. I still can't get over how heavy my chandelier is. Whoa, it's like a workout. Seriously, this weighs like, oh my goodness, like 40 pounds or something like that. Yeah, I don't want to get hit on the head with that. So if you're looking to upgrade your dining room or chandelier lighting, definitely give the Depuley Rustic woven chandelier light a look, because it's truly beautiful.